Hey everyone! In this video we will learn how to add this beautiful orange and teal color effect to our photos. So let's get started. Okay, after you open your photo in Photoshop, if it's a RAW file it will automatically open the camera raw filter. But if it's a JPG file, it will open as a layer. Then all you have to do is to click on the layer and press Ctrl+Shift+A to open camera raw filter, or from the filter menu you can click on the camera raw filter to open it. Anyway, in the camera raw window, first I do some adjustments based on my photos, lights and colors. By the way, you can download this photo from the link in the description. For this photo, I increase the whites and highlights and the overall exposure. Then move the temp slider to right to make the photo warmer. And I also increased the dehaze a little. Even with this amount of adjustments, you can see how much difference we have made in before and after previews, which you can toggle between with backslash key. Now I think it needs more color, so I increase the saturation and vibrance. And that's good. Now here's the magic part. Open the color mixer section. Under the hue tab, grab the greens slider and bring it all the way down. And also the same thing for the yellows slider. Then for the blues and purples as well, but not as much as the greens and yellows. Then we go to the color grading section. Here you can see there's dots for shadows, midtones and highlights. You can use each of these buttons to give them any color you want. I click on the shadows dot and here I can choose a color for shadows. I choose some orange color and increase the saturation for it. You can use both the sliders or color wheel for this one. Then I do the same thing for the highlights, but this time I choose a cold blue color. Then I adjust the luminance of colors in Luminance tab in Color Mixer section to make the photo a little brighter. Then I go back to Basic section and move the tint slider to purples to make the photo more saturated. Also I increase the clarity and texture to make the photo sharper. And even from details section, I increase the sharpen to make my photo as sharp as possible. We are almost done with the camera raw filter. I just do some small adjustments to make my photo exactly how I want. Then I just click on this arrow and choose Open as Object so I can make changes to these settings later if I want to. Okay, I just changed the background color of workspace to white. Now I zoom in a little and I want to do some retouch on the skin to make it smoother. Not a heavy professional retouch, just a little bit of cleaning. I pick the healing brush tool and by holding Alt key I take samples of the smooth parts of the skin and apply them on the parts I want to erase or make smoother by clicking on them. Notice that I made a layer above the main photo layer to work on. So I also should change the sample option to current and below to be able to take samples from the main photo layer. I take samples by holding Alt key and clicking on the smooth part of the skin and click on where I want to make smoother. And I do this over and over again till the whole skin is smooth. Okay, after I'm done with the skin, I press Ctrl, Alt, Shift and E keys to make a new layer of all the layers merged together. Then on the new layer, I pick my dodge tool from here, change the range to highlights, and with the exposure of 10, I paint over the bright areas of the hair to make it more brighter. Then I pick the burn tool, and with the range set to shadows and exposure to 10, I do the same thing on the hair, but this time on the dark areas. In the next step, I pick the dodge tool again, and this time I paint over the shiny parts of the eyes to make them more attractive. And also I make the lips more saturated by using the sponge tool. And we are almost done. But there's one more thing you can do to make your photos even more beautiful, and that's using overlay photos. Here I have a bunch of light overlay photos which you can find them online for free. I grab this one and just drag and drop it on my photo in Photoshop. Then I adjust the size and orientation and press enter. And all I have to do is to change the layer mode to screen. Now I click on the mask button, and with the brush tool and black color, I paint over the areas that I want to erase. And that's it, we finished editing our photo. I hope you have learned something new from this tutorial. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And also tell me what tutorial you want me to do next in the comment section. Thank you for watching.